So thank you everyone who's made it here to the 2024-25 Learning Coach University #1. Today I'm going to be covering parent guardian information and resources. My name is Vanessa McKenzie. I'm the media and community liaison. You probably have seen some emails from me. I frequently send out information to parents, so at any time, even after the session, if you guys have any questions, want copies of the slide recording, I'm going to have it available tomorrow at the earliest. So you can just let me know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. For our agenda today, I'm going to be covering the K-12 app, the Learning Coach Community, parentguidance.org and its events, parent guardian resources, frequently asked questions, back to school packets, and our social media, and then we'll close with a Q&A at the end. So again, anytime you guys have any questions, just let me know. First, we're going to start with the K-12 app. So you can access the K-12 app through these two links. Let me see if I could paste these really quick. So they're going to be direct to the Apple Store or the Google Play. Again, you can go to your App Store or Google Play later, and you just type in K-12, and the symbol right here should pop up. And that's how you know it's actually K-12. You can download that, and then you can log in with your Learning Coach credentials. It should be the same as logging into our systems. So what the K-12 app benefits include is accessing your students' schedule and assignments, checking your students' progress, which I highly recommend. I use it almost on a daily basis for my son, who's also a K-12 student. It just gives me another way of checking like where he is for the day. Like it's 12 o'clock. I haven't seen what he's doing. He's a little too quiet. Has he been doing his assignments? So if you're inside the house, outside the house, it's just a great way that you can just pop open the app and then see, are their assignments done? Do they need to take a test? So it's really great for that. You can also update your information and account details on the app. And then at the end of the year, when you're submitting for registration for the following year, it makes it really simple. Also, you can connect to the Learning Coach community. So for the Learning Coach community, go ahead and admit that, is connected and accessible by the K-12 app by clicking community tab located at the bottom. So with the Learning Coach community, you have direct connection to news about important reminders, upcoming events, field trips, competitions, opportunities for not only Insight, but also K-12 nationally. So I have a little display of what the app actually looks like. So what you do is once you set up the K-12 app, you're going to go down to the bottom tab where it says community. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to join the school community and the K-12 national community. So once that happens, then you're also connected directly to staff like myself or any contributors by posting in comments. You can also create posts and ask and answer questions, form a group, and then schedule outings to bring other LCs and families nearby together. So coming soon, we're still in the process of unveiling this new site. You can see on the bottom, it kind of looks like Facebook. So if you're familiar with that like user interface, it's very simple to use. And in there, there's an option where you can actually see people who are other LCs that are around you. So it could be an opportunity if you guys are living close by that maybe you can have opportunities for socialization, and maybe you're fostering friendships for your student. Oops. Parentguidance.org. So this website that we are in partnership with K-12 holds monthly sessions, including that include tools to help you reconnect or build stronger communication with your child, guidance on how to identify and approach difficult topics, how to identify and work on your own self-awareness and self-care, plus much more. So as a staff member who's been in some of these sessions and has also made small like video clips and reviewed the entire process, I highly recommend these. These are like really like life-changing different ways of looking at stuff and changing perspectives and building skills and tools, not only for yourself, but for your student. As well as a website, they have parent coaching, On-demand courses, they have Ask a Therapist where you can actually connect and to a therapist to help questions and resolve difficult topics or just gain more knowledge. So again, highly recommend going to our the mental health series at Insight in partnership with parentguidance.org and how we set it up. The schedules will be up soon. We do make announcements several times on social media, our newsletters, and try to get the message out as much as possible that the session is happening. But if you ever have any questions, again, you can reach out to me or check on the newsletter, which I'm going to be showing soon, where to find this information and how to attend. So we have parent guidance resources, parent and guardian resources, sorry. And we have them in several newsletters geared for whatever information that you guys need. So each page contains information as far as like calendars, parent-student handbook, how-to instructions, video instructions, counseling resources, and then current activities and the RAISE team, plus much more. I mean, that's just covering like a little bit of what it is. So this link down here at the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and I highly recommend that for this, you guys take a minute to like click on the website and then bookmark the page. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that, but you can see that there's tons of resources and other newsletters that are connected to this actual newsletter. So once you've clicked on the link, you're gonna see that there's a one-stop shop where you can have access to all sorts of resources for learning coaches, including short video tutorials, tech support information, school calendar, and much more. The learning coach video, if you want to go straight to tutorials, that's where it's going to have all the how-to videos on what you need to get accomplished. Student video tutorials. So if there's questions on how do I do this, these two newsletters are geared exactly for that. Counseling resources, the counseling website, which in itself is a wealth of information, which I'll be covering a further learning coach university down the road. If you guys are interested in learning more and what that all the resources that the counseling team provides. The Insight activities page, I update that often, just letting you know of what events that are available for students as far as like outings and activities. So whether they're virtual or in person, it'll be noted in there. And if you guys are interested, you guys can you can join that as even as like an in-person as family. Some people parents come with their student, or the virtual or online in the Class Connect for the students who are attending virtual events. And then finally, the RAISE team, which I'm part of the RAISE team. And so when you go on there, not only are you going to see all the members of the RAISE team and who they are and how to connect to them, but like also little videos on who we are as well. So our monthly newsletters. Every month, a newsletter will go out via email highlighting important information and upcoming events. We highly recommend checking this newsletter whenever you want or need to see updates and reminders. The link is in the chat if you guys want to check that out. So I do send out an email monthly just as highlighting all these, but if you miss it, you can also ask me for a link and I can send that to you. In the newsletter, we have important announcements, administrative messages, meetings and event times, dates and links. So every single meeting you'll be able to connect through there. So if you can't find the email or you want to just have all that information in one spot, you can go to the newsletter and it's going to be provided for you. Resource links to activities in the newsletter, counseling websites, career development, and then also certification opportunities and more. So every month we also provide opportunities for students to get certifications or work on some job skills. We also connect you to the National K-12 newsletter, news and events. So again, if for whatever reason your K-12 app is down, you can sign into there to see what competitions that they have. Currently, they just finished up a photo contest. And so like if your student's into photography or art or robotics and other things that they provide, they can go to the K-12 and join those competitions, or they also have virtual outings that your students can attend. And then learning coach community and more. So any learning coach updates, this session is going to be recorded with the slides available to you. with the link, so you can go back and you can reference something that I covered, maybe that or you have a question about, and it'll be provided within there, as well as our next session. Frequently asked questions. So these are the questions that from my experience and my other RAISE team experience, where we get the most of. So the number one is, where can I get my students' records for enrollment or transcripts? So all official documents can be requested on the counseling website under the transcript and records request. So the link, I don't think I put the link in there, but if you go to the counseling website, you can directly go to that section, and you're going to see that there's a form. So if you click on that form, you can download it, fill it out, upload it back into the transcript and records requests, and then and make sure it's signed right before and filled out completely before submitting, and then you'll it's first case first sorry. The first is in order of which they receive it. So it can take up to 7 to 10 days, just letting you guys know. So if you need this ahead of time, or you need this immediately, just realize you need to get in as soon as possible. How can I see my students or expected graduation date? When do I know? So you have to log into your student's OLS. You can probably have them do it in front of you, and it would be faster. Click on this little double link. So on the very top bar, there's going to be a little mailbox where you see the little mail, and next to it's going to be double links. So when you click on that double link, you're going to go down to where the grad plan is. Also, you can speak to their counselor, asking them any updates on graduation and what to expect. Again, so if it's not available, you're not seeing it, or there's been some changes, and that's when you have your students speak or email their counselor with anything that's updated. Who is my student's academic advisor or counselor? So your student's AA is a person that they have homeroom in. So that first class of the day, that is their academic advisor or AA. They generally could be the person that you ask most of the questions to. And then your student's counselor is based on the first letter of your student's last name. So here are the counselors. So again, if your last name starts with the A through C, or your student's last name, they would be under Tracy Paulo, and I have the email posted underneath. You guys might want to take a screenshot of this page if you need this information. And then if your student starts with D through J, they will be under Nilma Alvarez, Drinkwater. K through P, A Scala, Amber Scala. And then last names Q through Z will be Kelly Mortensen. So like my last name is Mackenzie. I'm going to fall through M. So I would be under Amber Scala. She would be my counselor. So that's how it would work. The first letter of my last name. So who to contact for help. So we provide this for students during our orientation, and I feel it's really important for parents also to understand like who I would contact first, so I can get my answered as quickly as possible. So my academic advisor is for general program questions, attendance, and anytime you're not sure who to ask, they can provide you the information of who you can contact. Content teachers. So anything that's course specific, like math questions, you go to your math teacher. English questions, you go to your English teacher. Anything about my grades, I would go to my teachers to ask specifically like why my grade is that, or like what else I can do. They're available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4 p.m. Guidance counselors would be anything like upcoming classes, like what do I need to graduate, my units, my credit graduation plan. So anything related to my classes, how many units I have, like when I'm going to graduate, that would be your counselor. If you're having any sort of issue, whether it's software related, some glitch on your computer's not working right, it's not turning on, you're going to be contacting technical support. So you can either call them at 866-512-2273, or you can also go to www.helpk12.com, And then always remember to write down your ticket and the number they give you, because that will be the first thing that they ask you is what your ticket is if you started a ticket with them. And then for Title IX coordination, it will be Melise Burns. I have her information here if you guys are interested in contacting her. But also know that the RAISE team and any member of staff, if you can't remember who to reach out to, that we're always willing and to help you. Okay, and for back to school packets, I know many of you have been getting emails. Some of you probably are already done with your back to school packet. Maybe you're at a different stage right now, or you're going to get to it. So regardless of where you are, it's a document that's required by the state of California. It's critical documentation tied to school funding aimed at identifying eligible households for internet reimbursement, release of liability for in-person events, photo release approval, receipt of a parent-student handbook, and then also it unlocks free student IDs. So if you guys are interested in getting a student ID for your student, doing the back to school packet will be required. So if you find that you're missing an email or have any technical difficulty, I'll get into that, but this is what the email should look like in your mailbox. So if you're having trouble finding it, it should say from Insight Schools of California. It should be from a do not reply at plsis.com. You guys can check your spam folder. But if you're still not finding the email, or you're finding difficulty with the back to school packet, know that we now have a back to school packet help team. So what we help you with is that missing or expired email. You can let us know and we can instantly resend it to you. Attaching your student to your account if your student is missing or you have multiple students in it for some reason, when you're typing in their student ID and their last name, they are not populating, we can help fix that. And any other technical issues. So if you need help completing the back to school packet, we have a team that can be reached by the back to school help at k12insightcalifornia.org. Or you can fill out this back to school support request ticket. And we'll provide the link for you in there. And then also tomorrow, I have a help desk session. If you guys are interested in attending, it will be at 2 p.m. The link is provided in the chats. But at any time, again, if you feel like you need to reach out to someone or myself or the back to school team, we're willing to help you and get that resolved for you. So the one other thing I would ask you guys to do is to connect to our social media. So on Instagram and Facebook, we have all our events popping up in there, links to events. So if you're someone who maybe you're not into checking your email every day, maybe the K-12 app is not functioning or something you haven't installed yet, if you join our Instagram or Facebook and our YouTube, not only are you going to have access to all of our events that are upcoming, you can post and comment there and ask questions. You can see anything that's upcoming as far as like events that we post. And YouTube, when it comes to those sessions, those parentguidance.org sessions, they are recorded. And also this session is recorded. So if I missed something, I can go to YouTube and I can look to see if it's been posted. I can ask maybe someone else to post it or myself to post it. And I can give you a link to the recording where you can go back and watch. So again, like all the parentguidance.org sessions that we hold, we put links and recordings in there available to you so you guys could rewatch those sessions. But many things are on there that you guys can have access to if you ever miss a meeting that you feel like you want to be connected to. If you guys want to take a screenshot or I'll give you guys a minute to do that. The QR codes will take you directly there where you guys can join Instagram or Facebook. Our next session is going to be on October 2nd at 3:30, and I'm going to be covering student resources, specifically like the counseling website and other things like that are geared towards students. So I hope that you guys are adding yourself to the K-12 app. that you're checking out the newsletter and that maybe you've joined Instagram or Facebook so that when I post up this next session, you guys will be there. So thank you. If you guys have any questions, whether it's related to what the topics are else, go ahead and stick around. My contact information as well is K12insightcalifornia.org. And my phone is 341-205-0815. Thank you. Yeah, it might be that the error message is popping up because we're in transition from our last learning coach community. And when I announce that it's open, I'll send out an email letting you guys know that it's been open and it's ready to go. So then you could try again. Yeah, so yeah, definitely follow us on social media so that when I announce that, like especially if you're not checking emails as often, that'll probably be like the first place that you see it. Is there any other questions? And feel free to unmute yourself or talk in the chat. Either way is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.